Hey everybody, so today's video is going to be an Empties video. I apologize because I have not tried an Empties, I think, since the end of October or November. So, because of that, I have, of course, collected quite a few items to share with you guys. And I'm just going to jump right into it so the video is not super long. Today's Friday the 24th, and we have a snow day today, so that's why I decided to take the opportunity to go ahead and film. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the only candle that I got through, and that is this one here. So this is Nest Sugar Cookie. Yeah, this is Sugar Cookie. And as you can see, well, it did burn all the way down to the bottom, and the scent of this was really nice, but this had quite a bit of soot, even though I clipped the wick, and the scent throw wasn't that great. So I just wasn't that impressed with, for this to be my very first Nest candle, I was not impressed. I think I have one more or two more of these left, and I think that I'm going to melt them or burn them in my bedroom, which is a smaller space than burning down here on like our main floor, and see how that does. But again, for this to be my first candle from them, I just was not super impressed with that. Let's see. Let's do the soap. So all of these are from Bath & Body Works. All of these are the foaming hand soap because that's what I prefer. So this first one is Coconut Pumpkin Latte. This is Coconut Cream Whipped Pumpkin and Warm Praline. This was a really nice scent. This is a very like foodie scent. And for me, sometimes foodie scents can be kind of weird in the bathroom. Like sometimes they work, but sometimes they can be kind of weird. This is one that worked. It smelled really good. I enjoyed it, and I would definitely pick it up again. Next up here, I have Frosted Cranberry. Where's the notes on this one? This one is Frosted Cranberry, Red Apple, and Blonde Wood. This was just a nice fruity scent, perfect for a soap scent, and worked really well. I like that one too. I have Warm Vanilla Sugar here. We all know about this OG scent from Bath & Body Works. This is creamy vanilla and sparkling sugar crystals. Always just a really nice vanilla scent. Great in body care, great in hand soap as well. I also have Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte. I love this scent. I've talked about that many times. This is creamy pumpkin, toasted marshmallow, and warm praline. There is no real coffee scent to this. To me, it smells like a really sweet vanilla with a little bit of pumpkin, at least in the hand soap. But I really enjoyed this. Again, would pick it up. This next one I have is Pumpkin Apple. This is Red Delicious Apples, Fall Pumpkin, and Clove Buds. I loved this scent, and anytime anyone, so this was in my like powder room, and anytime anyone used the bathroom, I always got complimented on the scent of this soap. It smells really good. So the clove bud in here is not super strong, and the apple in this is so super fruity. You get the pumpkin, but the apple in this is so super fruity that they kind of offset each other really well, and it's just a really good scent. I know pumpkin apple is pretty basic, and it's kind of a scent that everybody has, but I don't think like I've ever bought it in a candle or anything, and I really like it. So I would definitely pick up this soap again, and I might try to get that in a candle this next fall season. Next here I have Black Cherry Merlot. This is, a blend of dark cherry, black raspberry, and sumptuous Merlot. I like Black Cherry Merlot, but I don't think it smells like Merlot per se, or any kind of wine, to be honest. To me, it smells like a mix of black cherry and a mix of raspberry. When I smell it like out the bottle, it does kind of give you kind of a medicinal type of vibe, but when you actually wash your hands with it, it does smell really good. And then last but not least, at my husband's sink, I have mahogany teak wood. This is rich mahogany, black teak wood, and dark oak. And I got this specifically to put at his sink because I don't like mahogany teak wood. I don't enjoy the scent at all. And this was so strong. So I think I've talked about on my channel before how I don't really like when the soap lingers on your hands. I know some people like that, but I don't. So I want to be able to wash my hands, kind of enjoy the scent while I'm washing, and then kind of have it dissipate pretty quickly. That does not happen with this. I literally could smell it on my hands all day until I wash them again. And I didn't enjoy that. My husband didn't mind it, so I would pick it up again for him. But I do not enjoy that scent very much. So next up, I'm going to do my Walmart wax that I got through. The first one here is Sugar Pumpkin Cronuts. This is one that everyone raved about, really, really loved. And I did like the scent. I didn't like it enough to like go crazy and buy a ton of it, but it is really nice. So with this scent, you do get pumpkin, and when you smell it on cold, you get a very strong cinnamon note that isn't quite as strong when you melt it, which I was thankful for that. But I also get like an apple note in this, but it's definitely like that bakery kind of flaky, crusty scent. So it smells really good, and it was a good thrower. It just wasn't anything that I smelled, and it just, you know, wowed me so much that I felt like I needed to go hoard it. Next up, I have Citrus Autumn Brew. This is another one that I really liked, and it was incredibly strong. So this is more on the fruity side of things. So if you're someone who, when fall comes, you don't necessarily want a bunch of foodie scents, but you like the ciders or the oranges or things like that, this is a good scent for you. So it's really sweet, really, really fruity, and it smells warm, you know, almost like a tea or something. I really enjoyed it. I like this one a lot. It's not one that, there are certain scents from Walmart that when I melt them, I'm like, oh my God, I have to get more. Like, I have to get my hands on it. Pink Sugarberry is a good example of that. As soon as I smelled that scent, I absolutely loved it and had to have more. This is one that, well, I do really like the scent, and if I saw it, I would pick it up again. Like, I'm not going to go on a hunt for it. Next up, I have this one. This is Berry Christmas, Everyone. And when I smelled this in store, I really liked it, and I bought 2 of them. And I do like it, but when I melted it, it just wasn't as impressive as I thought it was in store. So it's definitely a very strong berry note in this, and you do get a slight like bread note, but I don't know. It's a little bit basic, a little bit one note. Not quite as strong as a lot of other Walmart wax that I've used. It still had a good throw, but it wasn't anything amazing. And then lastly from Walmart, I have Frosted Winter Flurries. So this one is kind of your basic cool tree scent. So there's no kind of eucalyptus in here or anything. There's no nose clearing properties, but it smells cold. It smells like a tree. And I got compliments on this when I melted it. For me personally, this isn't my favorite type of scent. You guys know I'm not big into like pine, excuse me, or Christmas tree scents or anything like that. But it smelled good, and I would pick it up again. Sorry guys, I had to pause the video and get some coffee, because I don't know if it's because I haven't gone through my empties in a while, because a lot of times I'll look through the bag and it's all the wax shooting up in the air or what, but it is like making me cough like crazy. Anyhow, let's do Barrett's. So I got through quite a few of Barrett's, and I didn't place an order with him this fall or winter season because I had a lot of stuff from him from 2018. So I got through quite a bit of his stuff. Ooh, I'm struggling. Okay, so the first one here is mulled apple cider. This is a really nice one. It does just smell like a hot apple cider. There's no like pumpkin in this. You do get a lot of spices in that apple, but it's a really nice scent. This one was a good thrower for me. I enjoyed that. Next up, I have Cozy Winter Cottage. I can't remember what the notes are in this, but I do think it was cinnamon heavy. Let me sniff it. Yeah, this one was very cinnamon heavy, kind of like that basic welcome home cinnamon. It's not like a red hot cinnamon, but like a bakery cinnamon. And there's definitely like some smokiness to this. A little bit of a tree scent to this. I liked this, but I didn't love it. The name is very fitting for it though. I feel like if you found like a cottage in the dead of winter and walked into it, this is what it would smell like. So I did like it. It just wasn't a favorite. And then that one was a really good thrower. Next up, I have Cider Lane, which we all know what that is. This is the Bath & Body Works dupe, and this wax melt was also really good. Yeah, it's that perfect Cider Lane scent. I do feel like his almost, the apple in it almost smells to me like it could be green apple versus like a red apple, but it still smells really good. I love Cider Lane. I love it. Even just smelling it now, it just smells so good. Next up, I have Cranberry Spice, and I cannot recall what's in Cranberry Spice. I would imagine it's like cranberries and spice, but he has 2 cranberry scents, and I think this is the one I prefer. There was another one that he has that I've had before that has kind of like a tree, Christmas tree note to it. This one doesn't have that, and I think this is the one I like better. I really enjoyed this. This is like the perfect, for me, cranberry scent where you don't feel like you need to add anything to it, but you also don't feel like anything needs to be taken away. Just a really good holiday scent. And then I have another mulled apple cider that I got through as well. So I don't know if you guys were noticing, but on Barrett's, it has the cure until date until on like actually on the label, and a lot of these are from 2018. And for me personally, I have found that not in all cases and not with all of his scents, but in a lot of cases, some of the wax that I've held on to a little bit longer does give me a little bit of a better throw. Just throwing that out there. Of course, everything is subjective. Everybody's home is different. But that's just what I've found for myself. We have a couple from Beezy's. So this one is, what is this one? Vanilla Bean Noel. This was really nice. Super strong. Your very basic vanilla bean Noel scent. And it was not bakery, not anything like that. Smelled really good. I think I melted that in the bathroom. And then we have Elf Sweat, which I don't have the scent notes for, but I think we all know that Elf Sweat is just kind of like a bunch of sweet stuff mixed up together. It's a pretty popular Christmas scent, and that one was a crazy, crazy strong thrower. So if you like Elf Sweat, like if you really enjoy that scent, Beezy's has a really strong wax melt. Okay, I changed my angle a little bit. I'm going to show you guys what I got through from Old Crooked Trail. So this was a new vendor that I tried, and that haul is up on my channel somewhere. I have found overall that Old Crooked Trail is very strong, first of all. So pretty much all of these melts, I think, gave me a really good throw. However, I don't plan on repurchasing from them, and quite honestly, it's because of the hardness of the wax as well as all of the glitter on it. So her wax is super duper hard, really difficult to cut, and for me, because of all the glitter on it, I was a little like wary of trying to put it in the microwave and soften it. So it was really hard to cut. Actually, quite a few of my warmer dishes have like chunky glitter caked at the bottom that I have to like clean out because of this wax. So while the scents are nice, none of them were like so amazing that I was like, I have to keep repurchasing from this vendor because I need this scent. Yeah. I still have some stuff from Old Cricket Trail. Good stuff too. Like I said, her stuff throws really well. But I don't know if I will repurchase. Anyhow, let's get to it. So the first one is Miss Argentine. This is fresh baked bread, caramel apple butter, cream cheese frosting, and spices. And this is one that I honestly don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. So that one must not have had a very great throw because it doesn't stand out to me. This next one is Beetlejuice, and this is blueberries and cream zucchini bread. I did not like this scent at all. I do not like whatever oil she uses for her blueberries. I did not like. I found this to be very tart. And then for me, the zucchini bread wasn't that creamy, so it didn't really help to offset the tartness. There was no sweetness to this. Yeah, I just don't like her blueberry oil. And I'm not one who... like, I typically like blueberries, so that's not what it is. I think it's the type of oil that she uses. And that one was super strong, of course, because the ones we don't like are always crazy strong. This one is Recently Deceased, Snickerdoodle Cookies, Glazed Donuts, Vanilla Bean Noel, Birthday Cake, and Marshmallows. This one I do recall being very strong. However, I will say that the scent to me got like muddled together. I don't know if it's because it's a lot of sweet stuff or cookies and cakes and marshmallows, but this scent, because those scents have a lot of the same kind of properties, I guess, nothing really stood out, and it just wasn't, it smelled good and it was sweet, but it just didn't, it wasn't a standout to me. Next up, I have Never Trust the Living, and this is smoky marshmallows, Palo Santo wood, blackberries, fresh bread, and vanilla. So this was the first scent I ever melted with Palo Santo. I know that has been on everybody's radar. I've noticed vendors offering it who never offered it before. I really liked this, and this really encouraged me to want to try more Palo Santo. I usually veer away from things that I think are going to be too cologne-y, too earthy, too clean, because I am like a bakery girl at heart. But this smelled so good. It was really strong, and again, for this to be my first experience with Palo Santo, I really enjoyed it. Next up is, what is this? Nightmare Before Christmas. It's Cider Lane, bourbon, pumpkins, cinnamon, and orange peel. This is another one I really enjoyed. I will say that I don't really like her blueberry oil, but I love that she has an orange peel oil. It came through really strong in the scent, and I enjoyed it. I really liked that one. And then lastly, I have Strange is Relative, Marshmallow Fireside S'mores, Toasted Marshmallows, and Hazelnuts. This one I honestly can't remember what it smelled like. It sounds like it would have been delicious, but I can't, I really can't recall it. I also noticed, I'm pretty sure that these are the correct bags, but I did notice that a lot of her scents, even in the bags, kind of got muddied together and started to kind of smell alike. Like I would open the bag and they would smell the same. And I don't know if maybe she needs like thicker bags, or she just uses so much oils that, the scent is really potent and sticks out. But I noticed that too. I just thought that was worth mentioning. Let's do this one I have from Wax Incredibles. So this one I have is candy apple, tonka bean, fried dough, sprinkled with sugar and cinnamon. And this was a scent shot. I love Wax Incredibles, you guys know that. This did smell really good, but for all of the like foodie kind of notes in this did not smell very foodie to me. It's kind of powdery, kind of sweet, almost like a powdery perfume, if we're being honest, like baby powder. That's literally what it reminded me of. It was a nice scent and crazy super strong. I've talked about Wax Incredibles so much. She hasn't gotten her website back up and going yet. And I haven't really seen her active in the group, so I don't know what's up with that. I would just love to see some more consistency because her product is so good, you guys. Like, it's so good. But I also will say, of course, with all the drama with some other wax vendors going on currently, I appreciate a vendor just kind of laying low until they're prepped and ready versus half-assing stuff, if that makes sense. Okay, next from Sassy Girl Aroma, I got through a bag of Radiant Red Maple Type. So this is an old candle from that Bath & Body Works put out a while ago that everyone went gaga over. I never got to burn that candle. And to me, it seems like, just based on people who I watch, that it's kind of like a hit or miss. People either really love the scent or they hate it. If the candle is anything like this wax, I love it. It smells amazing. So you can see the notes here are crisp red, Macintosh apple, smoky notes, sweet maple, warm caramel, and woody notes. It just smells so good. And to me, it's really unique, especially for like a fall scent. Like, it kind of gives you that leaves note, but it's not as like astringent as like leaf scents are. It's really sweet. You get a touch of smoke, but it's not overpowering. It's just so balanced. It's so nice. I will continue to order this scent. So I loved it. And then we have Fog Hollow, which was one of my little breakaway bars. So this was Rustic Lodge, Bonfire Bliss, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, Marshmallow, and Vanilla Bean Noel. And I loved this scent. For me, Sassy Girl Aroma is like a top 5 vendor. This scent was so strong. Her stuff has always done so well. She always gives amazing customer service, and her stuff throws. And you know, if you watch a lot of different wax channels and people are talking about the same vendor and giving the same type of report, that their stuff is strong. And for me, now I don't hang on to my Sassy Girl for a really long time, but I can definitely tell that she uses a lot of oils. It comes through in her wax, and I absolutely love it. And this scent was no exception. Fog Hollow was so good. And I liked it because even though it has like that pumpkin pecans and waffles in it, that didn't overtake it. This didn't smell like a foodie scent. It just smelled like a really nice like fall bedroom scent, and I really enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and do the Bathing Garden. So I could not find the scent description for everything from the Bathing Garden, but I did find it for most of it, and I got through quite a bit of her stuff. So this first one is Woodland Apple, and this was a sample. And this was Lush Rosewoods blend with candied green apples and vanilla. This was one, this one was a little too green for me. It was strong. It did smell good, but I think it's like the Rosewoods or whatever. And then the green apple, which doesn't have a whole lot of sweetness to it, that I didn't love that scent very much. This next one is Tinsel Forest. So this is orange zest for cinnamon, pomegranate, pine leaves, and clove. And I really liked Tinsel Forest. So the tree and the orange are what come through the most for me. I mean, it could use a touch of sweetness if I'm being completely honest. But for like your typical kind of tree scent, it smelled really good. And if you like the orange zest and tree notes like mixed together, you would love that. It smelled really good and it was really strong. This next one here is Ooh La La, and this is vanilla cream, white floral, and rich tonka beans, and this is supposedly a dupe for Lush's Vanillary. This one was so good. So yeah, it definitely smells like a body care type of scent. It's very vanilla-y, but you do get those floral notes. And it's just good. It smells amazing. And this one was insanely strong. Like, so strong. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. You guys know I love the Bathing Garden. Okay. Next up here, we have Golden Apple. This is sweet pear, cinnamon, frosted pumpkin, cinnamon frosted, sweet pear cinnamon, frosted pumpkin cupcakes, and honey apple cider. Now, I personally did not get all those notes from this scent. What came through the most for me was the cinnamon and then that kind of pear note. And sometimes when pear and like apple intermingle, it's not, you kind of can't tell them apart. But it's very warm, very intense, very strong scent. And I mean, I did like it. Bathing Garden has so many scents that I love that if a scent just doesn't work for me or doesn't like do it for me, I know there's plenty more to choose from. So I probably wouldn't pick it up again for that reason. But I did really like it. Excuse me. Next up, we have Plum Ballet, and this is dark blackberry, sweet vanilla sugar, and sugar plums. I loved this, you guys. This was so pretty. It's fruity. It's creamy at the same time. You get like a touch of tartness, which I think is from like that plum note. Her blackberry in this is super authentic. It's sweet and sugary. It's amazing, and I would pick this one up again in a heartbeat. Next up here, I couldn't find the notes for this, but this is vanilla mint jam, and this is of course a vanilla mint scent. For some reason I feel like there's a touch of chocolate in this. I don't know that for certain, but maybe there's some chocolate or white chocolate. I loved this scent. Again, excuse me, I'm so sorry, you guys. This wax is like killing me. Anyhow, this to me though was more of like I did melt it in the bedroom, to be fair, but this comes off to me as more of a kitchen scent or more of a foodie scent. And I think it's because of the chocolate in this. It is minty, but it's not going to like clear your nose or anything like that. It doesn't smell green at all. It's just a sweet vanilla mint with like what I think is a touch of chocolate. And I do really like that one. I would repurchase. Chestnuts and pine cones. This is sweet vanilla cream cake, holiday spice chestnuts, and woodsy pine. This one threw really well, but this was one that I didn't like that much. So this one was really spicy. And although you can get like those other notes in here, you can get a woodiness, you can smell like that kind of pine scent. The cinnamon is really strong in this, or whatever those spices are. And so I probably wouldn't get that one again. Same with this. This is Poisoned Apothecary. I think this is one that a lot of people like. But this was hot mulled apple cider with woody undertones. For me personally, again, it was just too strong on that cinnamon note. There are just other vendors that I can get a good apple cider scent from that I love. In all honesty, I think the Bathing Garden has other apple cider scent. So that's probably not one I would pick up again. And then finally from the Bathing Garden, I have Cranberry Fig. This is cranberry figs and a touch of citrus. I really liked this one. It's definitely authentic. It smells like authentic cranberry, authentic fig. You get that touch of like tartness from the citrus, and it's really nice. So I really like that one. I would definitely pick that one up again. That one could also be like a good blender, like if you wanted to put like a sugar cookie with it or something. Okay, I'm going to try and bust through these last few ones I have left. This one here is Yankee Candle Luscious Pumpkin Trifle. This one was great. I loved it. Yankee Candle just has a way of being able to balance like spices and things together in their wax. So even though this one was a little bit spicy and strong on the spice, it was just balanced so well with like you can literally smell like this creamy frosting. You can smell like the pumpkin in it. It's just really good. And I have more of those, but I really like that scent. Then from Rainbow Melts, I have Wicked Bliss, and this is zucchini and pumpkin pecan waffles. plus sugar cookie, plus butter brickle. This was just a really yummy, strong bakery scent. So Rainbow Melts does really great bakery scents in general, but this one was just really good. Everything was balanced. You could smell all of those things in this, so nothing was being overpowered by something else, and I really enjoyed that one. And then finally, I have Wonderberry, which Wonderberry is closed now, and I unfortunately was not able to get a last order in. By the time I got on the site, there were a few things left, but nothing to make it worthwhile for me. But I do still have a pretty good stash of Wonderberry, so I'm glad about that. But yeah, it's still sad. So this first one here is Raspberry Peach Macaron, and this is buttery vanilla macarons with hints of raspberry, peach, apricot, and almond cream. So I remember hauling this and not being too sure about it. Guys, this was so good. It was so good. I love the raspberry in this. You get the almond note. You get all those fruits together. It was so good. And I think I have one more of these that I'm going to savor. I'm going to melt it, but you know, it was a good scent. I should have got more, but hey, that's what happens. Next up, I have Vintage Christmas. This is sweet oranges, dried fruits, wintry florals, vanilla, cinnamon, and clove. This one was nice too. It was really strong. This one is not as strong on the spice notes in this, so you don't get a ton of cinnamon, you don't get a ton of clove, which I love. And I enjoyed that one too, and I have a ton of those left too. Next up, I have Winter Wish Cookies, which is vanilla cookies, white chocolate, apple, citrus, and pine. This is one, when I first got it, I wasn't too sure about because it was really strong on that pine note. And it was still really strong on the pine note when I melted it the second time around. That pine note is just really strong, comes through. You get some of the other notes, but not a ton. It's not something that I would want to have again, but it was okay while it lasted. And then finally, I have the six pack called Grandma's House, which I finished. This is marshmallow, fireside, apple cider, and pumpkin pie. This scent was amazing. I think I bought another one of these, which I'll melt this fall. Yeah, this was so good. So something about this is not super foody, if that makes sense. It's really weird, but like you get the marshmallow fireside really strong in this. You do get pumpkin pie and apple cider, but I don't know, something about it makes it not smell quite as foody as you would think. So like I melted this in my bedroom because it just smelled so good. It was like a perfect fall bedroom scent. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And that is it, guys. I'm going to hop off of here because I have literally been coughing from the time I turned the camera on. Sorry the video is so long. I will try not to let it go this, I'll try not to hang on to my empties this long again. I don't like doing that because, you forget what you melted and all that good stuff. But, yeah, I hope